Faulkner on the team. So all the conversation we have today, that way we don't have to keep saying,
allegedly,
like we are including him in our conversation.
Now if something changes and he doesn't end up here, and I don't know, then I'll be wrong. And I have to, retract everything I said. But up until that point, this is not the Mason Faulkner centric part of the conversation right now.
No, absolutely not. Yeah.
So here's where I want to go with this, Steve.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll go with you.
We were talking with I heard we're kind of laughing with Drew this morning. I heard you describing, the Dak Prescott and Zeke and CeeDee Lamb and how good they're going to be. And Drew says this, and we kind of approached this subject the other day. Drew says, this is that time of year.
Except he said it like I wasn't being serious. Like, no, Dallas is really going to be really good this year.
Listen.
Yeah.
He says, this is that time of year where you start talking yourself into more wins, right?
Mm-hmm.
We tap danced on that maybe last week, within the last maybe 5 shows. We tap danced on the idea of now that we're getting closer to the season,
especially Monday, we really got into that.
Was that did they play yesterday Monday
at the golf course? Yeah,
okay,
we really got into that. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I didn't remember exactly.
We did a little more football.
Okay,
but yeah,
I didn't remember exactly which day, but okay, that's the idea that I want people to have in their heads before we go down this. I want you to say, okay, Drew is right. Cliche is the moment you get closer to the season, you start talking yourself in there, right?
Sure.
And I thought about that Monday. This happens a lot, right?
Yeah.
Beginning of the season. But here's the thing. There was just something in the back of my mind that didn't sit right with that idea.
Okay.
The idea of us being close. And yes, listen, I found myself being more confident about the seasons, right?
Okay.
And I kind of talked about it. I'm like, no, we're running into tangible things. So maybe that's why I'm talking myself into more wins. Maybe that's why I'm kind of doing the math. I'm saying, no, our roster versus our turnover and things like that, and our additions and all this thing. No, these are tangible mathematic, equations that say we're going to win more games than I originally thought. Right. So that was my tangible. And that was my, okay, time of year is kind of like cliche. Rosters and roster movement and roster management, that's my tangible thing. But there was still something kind of that I felt was missing or like, why am I struggling with, why does this feel different? Why does my raising of the bar feel different? And I thought about it. And I think you started to kind of go into that conversation in the pre-show and you stopped yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It felt different. And I'm going to tell people why. And this is not something you normally hear out of me because I respect every individual competitor. I respect the difficulty, to a flaw. Yeah. Other people can watch sports and say, he can't miss it. He can't hit a free throw. And what are the twisties? And I'm like,
yeah,
I know all of this stuff. This stuff is real. And it's impactful. It's a high anxiety job. People commit their whole lives to these jobs, and missing a free throw will change your life.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's not because they're mentally tough. It's they're mentally invested. So I respect, like, okay, you're Bobby Petrino quit. And, I'm the last person to give up on a coach or a player or a situation, because of my experience.
Yeah.
But this is what I started feeling, Steve. What's different, Marcus? You know what the difference was to me? I started looking at the coach. I started turning into Ethan Moore. I started turning into, okay, prove it.
Yeah.
I started doing once I crossed that threshold of, listen, and I do it with, y'all seen me do it with Jalen Withers.
Yeah.
Hey, you've crossed the threshold of, oh, yay. Good job, Jalen.
Yeah.
I've crossed the threshold with some people like, no, you have expectations now. And not unreasonable. Oh, this is Louisville. You should every year you should no.
Yeah,
no.
I agree with that.
Yeah, the unreasonable, because there's no response to that. There's no response to this is Louisville basketball. There's nothing.
Oh no, I was just saying. I mean, it was Miami football. It was Florida State football. It was, I mean, before Nick Saban, it was Alabama football.
Yep.
I mean, like every school has.
Yeah, and you can't respond to that
Times.
without saying something demeaning about your university. Yeah, but we don't have this, or yeah, we don't have this resource, or yeah, we just got, like, yes, I agree, it's Louisville basketball, but Jesus, like
Texter says, I've talked myself into 7-0 going into Florida or NC State. I do like those things,
right?
Because you're like, well,
right.
Because when I read it, look, I read that is what was funny about it is I read that and I looked at our schedule and I'm like, well, if we can beat Ole Miss in Central Florida,
like, once you beat Ole Miss, it's on.
Yes.
So
that's a funny.
Okay. With Coach Mack, I had an empty feeling. Listen. Once I heard the news, the scuttlebutt, and my sources, were pretty much like, yeah, it's probably gonna happen. Like I said, I'm not a newsbreaker or anything like that. So we typically don't do that, but this one I feel kind of comfortable with. Yeah. Just like local news is not really news breaking. So, Steve, after I celebrate Mason Faulkner conversation, after I sit around and I start doing all the roster math, and I'm
real quick. Let me just interject here. If you're wondering, I'm a little off today. I went swimming last night, like workout swimming, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, because the Y over there at Norton Commons, it's got the lap lane. So I was like, man, I'm gonna introduce some swimming into. So I went over there, met our buddy Jeremy over there, was doing some swimming back and forth. I have water in my ears, and like. I'm just like, am I sideways? Like, you just feel like, I'm like, something's not right. So I'm like, is my hat? Like,
so your equilibrium's off?
Oh, yes. So
it might be me, Steve. You might be sitting across from me.
No, yeah, you might be lopsided.
Yeah, right.
No, okay. So anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your train of thought, but I was like, I want to let him know, like, I'm not fidgeting. Like, I'm like, what is it, man? That's just not right here. So
I'll let you know if you do something incredibly awkward.
That is what was, YouTube, that's what's been going on.
Okay, so back what I'm saying, pit of my stomach.
Yeah.
After I talk about rosters, after I talk about Mason Faulkner and his additions, and after I have a little fun, like, can't wait to see Ty Washington close out on Mason Faulkner, what I'm saying, and get put on his hip, and stuff like that. So I'm having all those hypothetical practice battles and all that good stuff, right? And again, I still just got the empty spot in my stomach, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And the empty spot told me, Coach, they're going to be staring at you the entire year now, right? Coach. And I even went this far with it, Coach. Nobody's going to care about the fans. Mm-hmm. If by some, screw up, it ends up being 50% capacity or something, nobody's going to care about COVID. Mm-hmm. Nobody's going to care about cloud. Nobody's going to care about anything. You have 15 guys that actually, let's say 13 for sure, that can compete on a Division I floor at a high level.
Yeah.
You have 13 guys that can do it. Right. And if you're, like I said, if you're worth your weight in gold, what I'm saying, there's 13 athletes on this team that should be able to go with the best of them. Right.
Yeah.
So the more the more I started thinking about how much I like my roster, the more I started feeling kind of bad for the coach, because there's not going to be the new system talk. Everybody's arms are going to get more and more folded before the season even starts.
I think there will be the new system talk, but it will be, because I think I'm saying what you're saying, just a different angle from it. There will be the new system talk, but with the horses you have, it won't be like, well, they're implementing a new system.
And you need different players.
The horses you have, I think it's like, you've got a deeper team you'll ever have in your life. Just scholarship wise, you better play fast. Like, that won't be, I think that will be more of a now, because make no mistake about it. And let me just go ahead and say this. What happened pre-show was I was talking to you and I'm like, now it's time to, Chris, like
Yeah.
we're all,
Yep.
when I say Chris, that's for
You're being a fan. You're just being a fan sitting sitting around.
I'm a coach guy. I like they earn that respect to be called coach.
I'm in Deion Sanders camp.
Yeah. But it's like it's kind of like that's what people are looking at, because make no mistake about it now. And I think I'm speaking for the fan base to an extent. And if I'm not, just tell me I'm wrong. That's fine. I don't care what the preseason things say. With that roster, we're expecting a top 5 seed in the NCAA tournament. Like,
yes,
which would be a top 20 seed.
Yep.
But we're expecting about a 3 through 5.
Yep.
Because that roster is very good. It's very good. It's deep.
It's talented. Yeah,
it's talented. It's and this is
there. And let me interject.
Yeah,
there's not an injury at this point that you get the pass on,
because there's not a guy that you don't feel like you can live without.
Yep.
I mean, maybe there will be midway through now we can do the lock, and that can be revisited, and maybe a guy jumps out there and becomes one of the better players in the country. Like, let me use Jalen, if you'll allow me. Maybe Jalen does jump out there and becomes he's 2014 guy. Like, man, I mean, he's on Player of the Year talk. And then he goes down. Maybe you could change that a little bit, but a little bit. Yeah, I agree with you on, I don't think Louisville has a Cade Cunningham, you know what I'm saying, style guy where it's like, yeah, without him there. Carleek Jones even. Like last year, you felt like, well, without Carleek, this team, they're in trouble now. And listen, like I said, take all the banter, take me and James going back and forth out of this, whatever. This is a good team. This is a deep team. You added late
an adult
Sidney Curry and Mason Faulkner. I mean, like,
and again, let's do this one more time. I got a text message yesterday, an email says Kentucky reaches out to Mason Faulkner.
Yeah, that was from KSR. Yeah, so I mean, like, now that was back in what, April,
March 27th.
Yeah,
March.
Yeah.
Listen, you didn't make the tournament. It's March. The tournament's in March.
Yeah,
you're reaching out to Mason Faulkner.
Yeah,
as Kentucky for him to fix your woes.
Yeah.
He's on a Louisville roster today.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah. Hypothetically.
Yeah. And like I said, and again, I'm not even trying to rivalry with that.
Mm-hmm.
That was before they had Ty Washington, whatever. They went ahead and got Wheeler.
We're just identifying him as a top tier talent.
It's a guy that people wanted.
Yep.
Florida State.
Yep.
Kentucky reached out to
confirmed him as well. Like, this is not just us saying, oh, everybody wanted him. No, all these teams reached out.
Because today is we do a little bit of what we usually don't. Today is more about Louisville in this conversation. When you go get a guy like that on August 1st, 2nd.
Sidney Curry is a Kansas.
Yeah.
Now, I know y'all get tired of hearing me say it. He is a Kansas decommit. Just those two alone. Just those two alone.
Yeah.
A pick and roll combination of Mason Faulkner. And like I said, these are just additions.
Yeah.
Those two additions, late additions to your team, are damn good players.
Yeah.
Good talent and sought after at the highest level programs.
To a team that was already pretty dang talented. So that's why I say it's going to be interesting, because this basketball season, I think over the last month or so, has turned from a
project.
I think we're going to be underachieving to we can be good to I think fans are expecting this to be a pretty good season. That's why I say I think fans are expecting 3 through 5 seeds.
And again, I'm
expecting it.
When you have this level of talented players, you don't look at the players anymore. You stop looking at the players. I've seen it. You've seen it 1,000 times. One of the best examples, I saw it with my own 2 eyes. And this is the same fan attitude, even though it's different sports.
Yeah.
Dobbs, Jalen Reeves-Maben, just your offensive line, your Tennessee sleeper SEC, right?
Yeah.
I watched that team. Jaden's like a junior year, right?
Yeah.
I watched that. Derek Barnett. I couldn't think of his name.
Yeah.
Derek Barnett. You got all conference defenders. You got an all conference quarterback on your team. Wide receivers. Josh Malone. You have some.
Stacked,
You have some big dudes. You got talent at all these positions.
I mean, Kamara was
Alvin
second,
Kamara
third string,
was behind Jalen Hurd.
Yeah, second string. Yeah.
Alvin Kamara was second string. Listen, Steve, I'm telling you, Butch Jones never stood a chance.
Yeah.
Nobody cared about Butch Jones brought in Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
Butch Jones is like, I literally have two of the most potential running backs on the planet.
Third string because he was like third, fourth
when
string
he first got there. Yeah.
No, at Bama.
No, but he was third when he got to Tennessee.
Yeah. Right.
But he, you know what? All right, you get him in there, and you see him run in the game once or twice, and you're like, oh, he's much better.
Well, also, I know, I'm not trying to do the Tennessee thing here, but that's why people are. That's why your boy got fired last year, because if you go look, Pruitt.
Okay. Oh, Tennessee.
Tennessee, and don't make no mistake about it, Tennessee sabotaged him. Like
that was terrible.
Yeah, but here's the thing: I went and looked at the top football transfer list. Mm-hmm. 4 of the top 6 left out of Tennessee. The 2 running backs, the tail, the linebacker that went to Alabama, and then there was another one. I'm like 4 of the So it was like, dude, you got all this talent, man.
Yeah. No,
you can't not win.
Yeah, that's like I said, that's the thing that again we don't like to do. But when I say the emptiness was in my stomach, maybe a lot more fans feel like that all the time when they think they have a good deep team. But myself in particular, I'm like, Coach, they are going to be staring at you every single game. Like again, if Jared West has an uncharacteristic bad game, there is no Jared West. Like, okay.
No, what you're saying, when the news comes out later this week or in the next week or so and officially puts Mason Faulkner on this team, all eyes shift to Coach Matt.
Yes.
It's no longer about who's on the team.
Yes.
I don't care. This is your team now.
Listen, Jared West is your leader.
Yeah.
He gets in foul trouble.
Great.
Nobody's going to care.
Nobody cares. Malik Williams needs a couple games off for whatever reason.
Nobody
cares.
They're going to say we have the number
last year we did.
We had the number 11 freshman big man in the country.
Yeah.
In Roosevelt Wheeler.
If Curry, Wheeler, and Gabe can't help us, that's on you.
Yep.
That's not like last year. It did feel like Malik being out, that's a massive
and Coach, you were holding it together with silly putty and duct tape.
And we'll give you your roses. And we did. And look, and me and you fought off some of the crowd. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
off the mob.
But I think a lot of Louisville fans, because that's what I say. Sometimes the mob is different from reality when you're kind of out there. Because when you're out there, people are like, man, he's doing a dang good job, man, with this team. Like, you know, the COVID thing. And I know we can laugh at, well, you're just making I mean, all that stuff kind of they were a tournament team.
Yep.
He brought this team last year. I think most fans believe that was a tournament team.
Yeah. It was back end, but it was definitely a tournament
team. If they get these teams, I don't think they were a Final Four team.
If we get to play our games, they beat enough.
This is a tournament team, man. So it's like I think people felt that way. But this year, the grading is going to be much harsher.
Jalen Withers level grading.
Close, yeah, because you got a good team, like the things that
a good roster.
Yeah, the data has changed, if you'll allow me, since the season ended, and from where we were when the season ended to where we are now, there is expectation from this team. There's an expectation to be a top 25 team.
Expectation from the basketball purists, like. Not the rabble rousers on social media.
Absolutely.
And you'll be able to tell like who's the I hated him from day one anyway guy versus the hey man, you know, because I mean they just have a formulated opinion.
Well, I'll tell you what sparked that in my brain too, just really quick, was I was going on a jog in the neighborhood yesterday, and somebody around there as I was finishing, I was walking, and they passed me and they listens to the show and stuff and said, the quote, they said, man, I think we're gonna have a hell of a basketball team next year. And I was like, I do too. And they were like, well, I think he'll get it done. And that was kind of what it was. And I was like, that was when I walked away from that conversation. I was like, the people now are like, we got a squad.
Let me take that conversation. B-Hall, did you want to jump in here real quick on that?
No. I was enjoying the conversation though, but it's, I mean, you're always pointing to like kind of what y'all were talking about is that we're so deep right now that it really doesn't matter if somebody goes down. There's the next man up policy right now.
Yeah. There's not even going to be the, like, and again, I'm foreshadowing difficult situations for the coaching staff. And because I mean, these things happen every year.
Because if everything goes perfect, things.
And like I said, years we won national championships, we had this same conversation. Rick, let him play. Like, Rick, you're doing something. Rick, you got to make that substitution. National championship level teams, we bit at him. We bit at him. Go ahead.
But I think nowadays in college, you kind of need that concept because it's one of those things where you never know what guy's going to be on that night, but whoever's on, you feed that guy that particular night, but then the next night might not be his night. And it might be another guy's night.
I was kind of making that point where to what Brian said. No, you're not going to be able to get into a press conference more than once and just say, oh, we just had a terrible night shooting.
Right.
Everybody, coach?
Yeah.
Everybody had
especially on a good shooting team.
Right. Yeah. Again, last year when we shot horrible, was like, we need some shooters. You said that watching the game. You're like, that's a good shot. That's a good look. You're not hitting that, Quinn. Like, dude, we brought you here to hit that shot. And you didn't think anything about Mac. You said, no, Carleek ran the pick and roll. They dived. They got kicked out to Quinn. He had the purest look he can get. The coach, I get it.
Yeah.
You can come into
that's what Texter said. Texter said Quinn was a starter last year. He wouldn't dress on this team. And I said, well, to that point, and I'm rooting for Quinn.
Yeah.
But to that point, I mean, Quinn literally thought about transferring, went home, talked to his family, come back, practice some more. And it was like, and this is before they added Curry and Cross.
Right.
And those guys, they showed up here and was like, yeah, I'm not going to play.
Yep.
It's like, so.
No, yeah. Listen,
but he was a starter.
Yeah, he was a starter. Like I said, he hit some timely threes, but this is not time for timely.
Yeah.
We need consistent this. I can't put you in and hope you're going to hit that most of the time. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now there's not a bad shooting. There's not a big bad team shooting night. Like I said, you can have one of those and say, you can have the one like I've never seen anything like this in my life. There was a lid on the rim tonight.
Yeah.
But next game, it's like, no, coach, you have enough shooters to where you're going to have to start snatching. You're going to have to start.
Oh yeah.
Get to the basket more.
Yeah.
You have guys that can do multiple things.
Yeah.
If they miss 5 3-pointers, you need to start getting to the basket, and I'm not like talking about anything in particular. I'm just saying the fan base reaction to his explanations in post games are going to be less wiggle room.
Coach Mack would probably smack me in the face for saying this. He might see me out somewhere and just walk up and just smack me in the face.
But he'll buy you there afterwards.
Hopefully, because hopefully he understands where I'm coming from with this. His job, I think, becomes even a touch easier because the roster should self-motivate itself. If that's
what we've been excited about.
That's what I'm saying. Like
position battles.
Yeah. Like right, exactly. Like if I'm Faulkner or if I'm Ellis or anybody else, and okay, say my shot's not falling. I should self-motivate myself to, okay, I got to get to the bucket.
Yeah, you don't get 2 extra shots. If you miss 3, you don't get 2 more.
Yeah, because you should know this isn't Coach Mack having to threaten you. Hey, if you don't do this, I'm going to take you out. Like, no, like looking over there and see, if I'm Sam and I look over there and see Cross and Dre, I'm like, that should be motivation enough.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to have to look at me and go, Sam, it's going to be Dre, go, Cross, go.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like, I mean, that's the roster is self-motivated. That's why I say he might slap me for saying it's easier to do that. But
there's an angle of it that makes it tough. No, again, Davenport.
So if you leave a guy in there, my point is, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but if you leave a guy in there, I'm not blaming the player. Now I'm going, Why the freak aren't you playing those guys?
Listen, Coach Davenport,
I didn't even talk about Mike James.
Coach Crum, their solution is bring somebody in here. If you're not going to do what I say, I'm bringing somebody in at your position. I'll bring 3 people at your position.
Yeah.
And watch how much better you get.
Yeah.
Like if you're that hard headed, I'll bring in 4 people right in here that run the same position. And I'll get one of them to do most of what you do, or you'll get better.
Well, and there's a harsh reality with this team this year. They're all young. Not only are you fighting for this year, you're fighting for next year. It's going to weed itself out. Like, there are going to be some casualties. You know what I'm saying? Like in the transfer market, probably, because you look at this team. I mean, am I lying? And I'm not saying young an excuse. I don't mean that. I'm saying like West and Malik are the only 2 guys leaving.
They're leaving.
And there may be more, but I mean, hopefully we got a pro. Hopefully, Faulkner. Yeah. So the 3 guys on a 14, 15-man roster.
Jalen.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You may lose somebody,
right.
But for us to be a Final Four team, I think you do need to lose somebody.
Yeah.
So, but the point is, like, even if 4 guys leave, 5 guys leave, that's still 10 guys, not 10 guys. That's a core of your team.
That should be better as well.
That should be getting better.
That should be a lot better than they were this previous year. We'll take our quick commercial break. Middays with Marcus Maben on 939 The Ville.
We are in the thick of summer, and with the hottest days of the year ahead, you are about to find out how strong your cooling system is. And if you find out that it's not ready for the long summer ahead, then call DFH Company today at 968-6222. Right now, when you buy a qualifying Trane HVAC system, receive 18 months special financing. It's hard to stop a Trane, so call DFH 968-6222 or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Visit dfhcompany.com for complete program eligibility, dates, details, and restrictions. Subject to credit approval.
Hey, Card Nation, let's be honest. The real estate market in Kentucky is booming. And whether you want to buy or sell a home, now is the perfect time to do it. With interest rates at an all-time low and programs that can get you in a home for no money down. Want to learn more? It's simple. Just call Derek A. Stewart with Dream JP Pirtle. Derek is available virtually around the clock to listen, understand, and help you with all your realtor needs. So don't waste another second. Call Derek A. Stewart at 502-314-9868 today.
Are you looking for your next opportunity in the workforce? Look no further. UPS Jobs Kentucky is now hiring at upsjobsky.com. Right now, we are offering up to $18.50 an hour. You may even be eligible for a program that helps you graduate college completely debt-free and could also include a $325 a month living allowance paid directly to you. Follow us at UPS Jobs Kentucky and apply today at upsjobsky.com.
You're listening to 93.9 The Ville, your home for the Diener Show, 7 to 10 a.m.
There's probably going to be federal legislation on this. And what could go wrong with the federal government policing the NCAA? What a match made in heaven.
Middays with Marcus Maben, 10 to noon.
Fair or unfair, every year is a prove-it year.
And afternoons with Mark Ennis on the drive.
For the local teams, everything changes once you're sort of in that club.
This is 93.9 The Ville and the ESPN Louisville app. Visit Shane Company for the largest selection of beautiful, unique engagement rings created by our designers. Find the perfect ring to symbolize your love. Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and shaneco.com.
I'm former Louisville basketball player Luke Hancock. When the NCAA tried to take away the Most Outstanding Player Award from the 2013 tournament, I got it back thanks to Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is the personal injury firm that fights for the people, and their team treats clients like family. Morgan & Morgan changed my life, and if you've been injured in a car crash, at work, or in a slip and fall, they may be able to change yours. For a free consultation, dial #LAW on your cell phone. That's #529, offices Louisville.
Prescription products require an online consultation. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information.
My husband's ED was affecting our marriage. When he first started experiencing ED, it was difficult for both of us. We didn't know who to talk to about it or where to get help. HIMS was our answer. Hims connected my husband with a licensed provider online. He was able to get medication to treat his ED at a fraction of the price people pay for the name brand. It was delivered to our door, and guess what? Our sex life is back. It works.
Right now, get your first online provider's visit totally free when you go to forhims.com/love. Yep, free. No copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. Just the care you need.
Thanks to Hims, we got our sex life and our marriage back.
To start your free online visit, go to this exclusive address, forhims.com/love. That's forhims.com/love for your free online visit. forhims.com/LOVE.
Now that sports have officially kicked off, there's only 4 things missing from your playbook. 4 pegs. Looking for great smoked wings? 4 pegs. Looking for juicy barbecue and award-winning chili? 4 pegs. If you're just looking for some cold craft, tap, can, or bottled beer? 4 pegs. And the best part about 4 pegs is it's right around the corner at 1053 Goss Avenue in Germantown. So you better get over there fast because the word is spreading. And while you're over there, be sure to ask about their food truck and other catering services.
Gomez take a corner. Far post, and it's headed in. It's a goal for Louisville City. Hey, it's Jeff Greer. Lou City is back in action Saturday as the boys in purple return to Lynn Family Stadium to take on Sporting KC2. Join Casey Whitfield and me starting at 7:15 for pregame coverage, followed by the game broadcast at 7:30. And it's all right here on ESPN 680, 105.7, 93.9 The Ville, and the ESPN Louisville app.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
That's what I'm talking about. We do want to remind you, next Wednesday, August 11th, the Bats versus Nashville. ESPN Louisville has a special buy one, get one free night. Visit batsbaseball.com. Use promo code ESPN, and you can get, with each lower bowl ticket you purchase, you can get a second for free. That's batsbaseball.com, a second lower bowl ticket for free. 6:30 first pitch, and they'll have $5 Sluggeritas, which is a margarita at Slugger Field. So
I thought that
would be cool. I just wanted to get that in. Look, Patty Ice really passively aggressively yelled at all of us. So
listen,
I walked back there and he just, you know how he is. He just looked angry.
We have to make sure we take care of all of our clients and everything.
Let me help Pat out, and maybe that brought a smile to Pat's face.
Impossible.
Maybe somewhere.
What makes Pat Ice smile?
Somewhere in that cold heart might have just warmed up the Grinch. when I read that in the first hour, he might have went, "Thanks, Steve.
I got this ice box where my heart." So, Steve, I don't want to talk about basketball with you right now.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about football with you right now.
Well, then I really don't want to talk to you.
You don't need to do much talking right now.
Oh.
This may end up being between myself and Brian Hall.
Oh.
I'm ready.
So, Brian Hall, during the breaks, everybody usually kind of does the same thing. You know, I sit here and I'm guzzling water during the show, and, you know, the breaks are for, you know, making sure you're comfortable when you get back into the studio. I think Steve's been lying to us this entire time, Brian.
What's he doing on his break?
Drinking. Steve drinks alcohol during the breaks.
Take shots.
And I'm saying this out loud on air, Steve, because I want you to get help.
I knew you were gonna piss him on about this.
Listen. I guarantee Steve has airplane shots of gin during the break, or during the break.
He goes to the bathroom.
Yeah,
closes the door.
just the way he shoots really fast to the bathroom to make sure he's first. right? Like almost like he must be on the show, just like, oh, I gotta get something to drink. I gotta get something to drink. Brian Hall.
He goes there and then he needs his like 3 minutes to chill out.
Yes. I went into the bathroom after Steve, and it reeks of pure grain alcohol in there. Yeah. So it's like, Steve,
excellence.
You've been doing all this holy. No, that's not excellent. It's alcohol.
Oh, sorry.
I said, Steve, you're doing all this holy roly stuff and didn't drink anything. I could smell that gin in that bathroom.
Fair enough.
The moment you left out of there.
Well, my apologies for using the hand sanitizer in the bathroom.
That wasn't hand sanitizer. See,
you'll have to apologize. Are you vaccinated?
You bathed.
Would you get vaccinated?
Yes. Steve,
are you vaccinated
with the Johnson & Johnson?
Do you wear a mask?
Did they just pull a Johnson & Johnson off the market?
I'm deflecting off of me.
Is that true?
Yeah,
they really did.
I think so.
Brian, is that true?
That's what they're saying.
They urged the African American community to take it, and then they took it off the market.
I don't follow a whole lot about it, but yeah,
that's exactly.
Which was my biggest fear. You remember
exactly what they did.
Do you remember how scared I was that was the case?
You called it. Yeah, you called it. That one blew me away.
Well, the point being, stop drinking in the bathroom.
Okay, all right,
please.
Okay,
or just wait till I go in there first, and then you can. Okay. You know what it smelled like? My grandma was a bootlegger. I've told this before.
Oh yeah,
she ran card nights in our dining room, and a bunch of OGs drinking gin while playing poker.
Yeah,
I know the smell. Steve, what's the brand name of that hand sanitizer?
You Care Foundation hand sanitizer. There's 70% alcohol, antiseptic, topical solution, non-sterile solution.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Jeez, only 70% alcohol.
It's flammable. Keep away from heat or flame.
Oh my God.
Do not use on children less than 2 months of age or on open wounds.
Everybody in this studio is going to have old man hands.
When using this product, please keep out of eyes, ears, mouth in case of contact.
Oh my
Rinse
God.
your eyes thoroughly. Stop and ask a doctor if irritation or rash occurs.
Oh my God.
There may be signs of a serious condition. Keep out of reach of children. Place enough product on hand to cover the surface.
And that's it.
Rub hands together until dry. Supervise children 6 or under. Please store between 15 and 30 degrees Celsius.
Jeez.
Avoid freezing and excessive heat.
Jeez.
Has deionized water, carb bomber, glycerol, and
glycerol. Ain't that in dynamite or something?
Phenamine. But it stops COVID. So that's all.
It better.
So squirt me up here, baby.
All those chemicals in it either stop COVID or stop. You're going to pass out here.
I'm going to die.
Okay. So
what did he die from? COVID? No, hand sanitizer.
Hand sanitizer. The you care.
Yeah.
Okay. So we did kind of bail on the conversation. We probably can't put a bow tie on it.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much the gist of it.
Yeah. Is once you add your Mason Faulkner, see that coming? Once you add Faulkner,
yeah,
you say, I'm injury proof.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
I'm bad shooting proof.
Yeah.
For the most part. Like I said, between Faulkner, Cross, where Sam should be as a shooter by now.
Oh, Locke.
Yeah, no, I was
West.
gonna say Noah Locke. West. Sometimes I ridicule him. I ridicule his shot a little bit. I'm not sure.
That's fair.
Yeah, like highlights. Sometimes I'm like, okay, is that streaky or not? I'm ridiculing though, but this is just me not being knowing just yet. You know, my eyes pick up on a lot of stuff.
But at least you feel like you have 3 knockdown shooters.
Yes.
4 probably.
Sam should be shooting at a higher clip.
Yeah.
Noah Locke can shoot. Matt Cross can shoot. Mason Faulkner can shoot.
Yeah.
I got 4 dudes that I should be able. Jalen Withers and Malik.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Malik hit the biggest of shots in the biggest of games. Totally stretch.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Listen, y'all. Go back and watch the crowd reaction to Malik Williams hitting 3-pointers in front of Coach K.
Mm.
Deep 3-pointers.
I know.
Look at the crowd. Listen to the crowd go, oh. it looks freakish.
Yeah.
When Malik Williams, and he has a nice back spinning, high arcing, when his shot goes in.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. It's demoralizing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I got 5 or 6 dudes that I know should be able to shoot at a 35+% clip from the 3-point line.
Yeah.
When I have that, I'm starting to get immune to poor shooting nights unless they're making bad decisions or not executing, which is, again, it's going to go back to the coach, which is why going into this, I knew this ahead of time. Like, coach, your roster is going to put pressure on you.
Oh yeah.
To have fuller press conferences.
Well, it has. I mean, it has. Yeah, yeah. Because
does that make sense too with the press conferences?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, it won't be they're young. I really don't have any answers.
No.
We're going back to the drawing board.
We're gonna need some answers.
Yeah, listen.
Why are we winning?
Faulkner's adult.
Yeah.
There's an adult. Noah Locke's put in work.
That's what I say. It's a younger team, but there are dudes that have played a lot of ball.
Yep. You're not going to send those guys out there to answer. Well, I guess.
Locke's 2 years left, but he's played over 4 years of basketball. Like, some of these guys got that free year last year. I mean, like, this is Jalen Withers been in college for 3 years, even though he's a sophomore. Like, I mean, there's a lot of experience on this team.
Right. So in general, I'm saying again, I'm not saying press turned up. I'm just saying attention will be a lot more towards 5, 4, 3, 2.
Piece is here at Genesis Diamonds. This weekend, we're hosting the largest luxury pre-owned Rolex event in Kentucky history. Genesis has found and purchased a spectacular selection of luxury pre-owned Rolex watches, all the hottest models that people wait years for. And we're showcasing them all this weekend. Hulks, Submariners, Daytonas, Pepsis, Batmans, rare luxury timepieces that you can't find anywhere else. It's this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Come early, get the first pick, and get 60 months financing. How about a luxury pre-owned two-tone Submariner for only $299 a month, or a ladies 36mm date just for under $199 a month. Also for this event, our pre-owned Rolex buyers are on site offering top dollar for your luxury pre-owned Rolex trade-in. Come see the largest selection of luxury pre-owned Rolex watches in Kentucky and take advantage of special financing this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only, and only at Genesis Diamonds, your new home for luxury pre-owned Rolexes, Shelbyville Road Plaza.
People-friendly equipment, technology, and service for all of your print communication needs. Look no further.
Just whistle for duplicator sales and service.
Copy, scan, fax, send, or mail. Your unduplicated professionals can simplify the process with world-class network business machines from Ricoh and Savin. High-quality office equipment solutions and services, and the fairest possible price always for you. That's our commitment.
For today and tomorrow.
And our commitment continues from our commercial print and mailing division, Derby City Litho. Check out the 7110 Ricoh graphic print system, providing superior color output to include spot varnish options. Duplicator sales, Derby City Litho. Corporate mailing systems, Ricoh and Savin.
Just whistle for duplicator sales and service.
Phone 831-589-5555. Online at duplicatorsales.net. 831 East Broadway in Louisville, with offices in Elizabethtown and Lexington.
An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville.
Westwood One Sports presents this special update on the 2020 Summer Games sponsored by Hulu. Time to have great original shows and movies. Time to have Hulu originals. The up-to-date medal count, the U.S. still leads with 79, 9 more than China, who has the most golds with 32, the U.S. at 25. The latest by Sydney McLaughlin in the 400-meter hurdles. The U.S. took 3 silvers in track and field Wednesday. Delilah Muhammad finished just behind McLaughlin. Courtney Frericks won silver in the steeplechase. Kenny Bednarik second in the 200 meters behind Canadian Andre DeGrasse, who won his 5th career medal, first gold. American Noah Lyles won the bronze. Richard Torres has a chance for gold in boxing super heavyweight division. Could be the first U.S. gold there since 1984. U.S. blew out Australia women's basketball quarterfinals, and now it's the U.S. and the Aussies in the men's semis. They'll tip just after midnight Eastern time. 6 hours later, first pitch for U.S.-Korea baseball. The winner plays Japan for the gold medal. With this Summer Games update, I'm John Stashower, Westwood One Sports.
How cool is this? We're flying!
I heard Only Murders in the Building was out on Hulu, and the next thing I knew, I was magically flying home to watch it! Why are you flying?
Gonna watch the new season of Wu-Tang: An American Saga.
Woo!
Please note, Hulu Originals, while awesome and unmissable, will not make you fly. Sure, seeing new hits like 9 Perfect Strangers may make you feel like you're flying. This in no way infers magical powers of flight. That would be crazy, like not having Hulu. When you have to watch, you have to watch. Hulu subscription required. Visit hulu.com for plan details.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents
And Doug.
And we're back with Limu, Emu, and Doug for the final question. Category is things you climb.
All right, Limu, what do you think? You sure? We're going with Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Oh, so close. We were looking for stairs.
Huh. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Time now for an ESPN Louisville Sports Center update.
Good morning, I'm Brian Hall. The Sports Center update brought to you by CarMax. CarMax is hiring experienced auto technicians nationwide. Work on the cars you love. Join CarMax. Apply today at CarMaxAutotech.com. As the Summer Olympics continue to roll along in Tokyo, we are again your exclusive partner for the Olympics this year, as we'll give you updates at the top of every hour. And in local news, 21-year-old UK student Sydney McLaughlin won gold as she broke her own world record in the 400-meter hurdles last night. Moving on to basketball news, UK announced yesterday that Rupp Arena will be at full capacity next season after working at 50% capacity last season. Moving on to NBA news, as NBA free agency continues to roll along, former Kentucky player Malik Monk signed a 1-year, $1.8 million deal with the Los Angeles Lakers. He averaged just under 12 points a game last year for the Hornets. Also in college basketball news, CBS Sports' John Rothstein is reporting that former Glasgow product Mason Faulkner has decommitted from Colorado before playing a game to move back to Kentucky to be closer to his family. The transfer from Western Carolina averaged 17 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 5 assists a game last season, and the Cards are rumored to be one of the possible locations that he commits to. He would be immediately eligible for next season. Moving on to Major League Baseball news, the Cincinnati Reds fall to 56-51 on the year with a 7-5 loss to the Twins last night after giving up 3 runs on the top of the 9th inning. Jesse Winker led the way for the Reds, going 2 for 3 with 1 RBI. They'll be back in action again today against the Twins at 12:35. And last but certainly not least, the Louisville Bats were also in action yesterday as they suffered a 5-4 loss to St. Paul. The two teams will be back in action again today at 2:05. Keep it locked here. Middays with Marcus Maben is next. This is SportsCenter.
Tomorrow night, football is back. The 2021 NFL preseason opens with the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Dallas Cowboys in the Hall of Fame game. Hey, folks, how are you? This is Jason Horowitz from Westwood One Sports. Be sure to join Scott Graham and James Lofton as the Cowboys and Steelers kick off the festivities in Canton, Ohio. If it's the NFL, it's right here.
Coverage begins tomorrow at 7:30 on 93.9 The Ville.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
$18.50 an hour for part-time package handler positions. You get a weekly bonus of $50 if you still work, or if you work that Sunday day shift. Get your tuition paid for 100% to the University of Louisville. Make $18.50 an hour and be eligible for academic bonuses through Metro College Program. Apply today at upsjobsky.com.
There is something that I need to pass along to you, Steve, and a lot of your brethren.
Ooh.
Sunday. This is an event coming up Sunday.
Okay.
Is there anything interesting going on Sunday for you?
No. I don't think so.
Sunday. Classic wrestling brunch this Sunday.
Oh,
and hot dog eating contest, raffles, wrestling themed food and cocktails. Also, every Sunday brunch, we do have live music at Four Pegs. So there's prizes, there's door raffles. He's reaching out to the wrestling nation that he knows it exists, but they just don't have a group spot to hang out at. So Four Pegs on Sunday, wrestling themed brunch. I'm
listening.
I definitely got to pass that along.
Okay, Sunday wrestling themed brunch.
Indeed, classic wrestling brunch. I'll say it one more time. Classic wrestling brunch this Sunday. Hot dog eating contest, raffles, wrestling themed food and cocktails. Also, every Sunday brunch, there is live music, people. Live music, real instruments, real old school and ambiance and environment. Keep that in mind. 1053 Goss Avenue is Four Pegs.
Okay. I might have to make it over for that then.
They have the best wings.
Get me, I know.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Just
okay.
Give me a wrestling themed something.
Okay, so you're going to go from WWF to TBT.
Okay.
The championship.
AEW to TBT.
AEW?
I've moved on.
To TBT.
Well, kind of.
Steve.
Got a Roman Reigns shirt coming.
You did not order a Roman Reigns shirt already.
I did. But AEW is capitalizing on the market right now. It's going to be awesome.
They got the momentum going, so they're just...
Yeah, like The Fiend is probably going there. CM Punk, Daniel Bryan.
Those are some dudes.
I know. Adam Cole. Probably. This is incredible. I'm so pumped.
It's a takeover.
I can't wait to go up. I'm going up to Cincinnati. They're coming to Cincinnati September 5th, Wednesday night or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm there.
Just period.
Yeah.
Up close?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to buy good seats. Can't wait.
Okay.
To TBT.
TBT. Championship. Was it Boeheim's Army?
I don't know.
Okay. Boeheim's Army.
Is it still going on now?
The championship was last night.
Last night?
Yes.
Really?
Boeheim's Army won. Brian, do you have the roster of Boeheim's Army, the winners of the TBT? Because I listen. It stung. It stung me to the core watching Jim Boeheim over there smiling and laughing as their team won the championship on a three-pointer. I didn't like
I think I saw that, but I didn't know it was like for the title or anything. I saw the guy, they were celebrating though, so I figured I guess it should have known. Okay.
I didn't like that, Steve. And I hadn't even been watching it.
All right, I got it.
Okay, I'm listening.
Are you sure? You sure this is the current one?
Yeah, I mean it just popped up champs.
Yeah, there you go.
So
take your time.
Say what?
Take your time.
Andrew White III.
And what do you think about Andrew White III?
He should have come to Louisville. He was a guy that I really wanted under Rick Pitino, and we lost him. I think he ended up
Syracuse.
No, well, he did end up at Syracuse, but I think he ended up at Nebraska and then Syracuse or something. But I loved his game.
He went Kansas, Nebraska, Syracuse.
Kansas, that's what it was. He went to Kansas. Louisville was like in his final three. Yeah.
CJ Fair.
Best mid-range game in college basketball history.
Okay.
I think that's actually Sam's best comparison.
Okay.
The CJ Fair.
Chris McCullough.
Chris McCullough is a kid. That's crazy. He's playing with him. Wasn't he he was the kid that he was like, I don't even know if he end up playing there. He was a 5-star kid and he tore his ACL or something. And he ended up he still got picked like first round in the draft. Yeah. That's a heck of a player.
DJ Kennedy from St. John's.
Yeah, he's a stud. He was one of the best TBT players.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
DeAndre Kane, who actually played for Marshall and Iowa State.
Yep. He was big time.
Okay.
He was a good player, really good player. We got killed.
That's that. Listen, I wanted to know, would we ever got killed or not? Keep going.
Eric Devendorf.
Jesus. I got to listen to Devendorf.
Yeah.
Keep going, Brian.
Jeremy Pope, he played for San Jose State and Cerritos College.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know him.
Kiefer Skies, he played for the University of Wisconsin Green Bay.
Didn't know him.
This is a ringer team now.
Yeah. I don't know him.
Let's see. Sean Belby.
No idea. Maybe we wouldn't have got killed.
Malachi Richardson.
Okay, I do remember him. He's a heck of a player.
Tyler Lydon.
Where have I heard that name? Where did he play?
Syracuse.
Was he? Okay.
Power forward.
Okay.
White boy.
Yeah. I knew he was a white guy. Yeah.
And then the last one was Tyrese Rice, who was a point guard for Boston College.
Yep, Boston College. Little guy used to wear a headband, I think. It's a pretty good team.
So you're glad we didn't get in now?
I don't know, though, man. I still think, and I'm like, now if we got
if we got our dudes,
if we could have got Earl to play and not in the big three, if you get Earl, Nanu, Shane,
Earl, Nanu, Shane, and our top recruit, Samardo.
Yeah. You get Samardo. You add. I'm trying to be realistic.
Jalen Johnson.
Yeah, Jalen Johnson. You get I think those guys. Yeah, they could have did some serious damage in that thing. I mean, and if you could ever sway a Peyton or a Russ to play, they could do some serious damage, man.
So they do like a bout for each team, and it kind of highlights some of the. So this is what they said about him. Said, back for an incredible 7th year, Boeheim's Army is hoping that this is the year they finally break through. Former first-round picks, Syracuse great Chris McCullough and Tyler Lydon, are finally slated for their TBT debuts this summer, but their biggest pickup may be guard Tyrese Rice, a former Boston College star and overseas basketball legend. Can the Orange finally squeeze out a TBD championship this year?
See, and when you say year 7, now you've established enough credibility to where you're getting your Russes and Paytons to play.
They're playing.
And your overseas that your Jalen Johnsons are playing. So I guess it's an uphill battle.
Yeah, you're gonna have to break into it and then become a team. Yeah.
But they still should have let us play in that with our first year. Like y'all holding us to a 7-year standard or something.
Well, their reasoning was silly. The reasoning was silly. It's like, come on, man, you got some teams in there. It's like y'all just put some teams in over Louisville. Because Louisville's it's tough to get in it, and then it was like, we're not letting y'all in because we got this team and this team.
Us not having enough talent was a terrible excuse.
Yeah, not enough names. Like, come on. Get out of here. They need to get Trey Lewis to play too.
He did play.
But they need to get him. Yeah, they got to get him to stop. Don't play. What is he? He plays
Cancer. I know. Yeah.
But just play here.
You can't tell him he can't play for Team Cancer. I know. Team Stop Cancer fight.
I'm like, yeah. But if we could get him. But yeah, that would be.
You are impressed with their roster?
It's pretty good. But all the rosters are like that. When you look at it, you're like, man, some of the best players ahead. I mean, CJ Fair, man, you remember him? He used to be money. He was 6'9", dude. He would shoot that mid range, and it was like every time he shot it, it was like, God. I remember him and James Sutherland just light it up from the 3-point line. Man, he was like 6'8", dude, and he was just everywhere. It was unreal.
How many national championships does Boeheim have?
1.
This the Carmelo?
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
They just made some nasty runs then.
Or does he have another one back in the day?
With
Indiana, maybe did Chaney beat them? Was Chaney shot on Syracuse?
Syracuse. Who was it? Sherman Douglas and them? Did they win one?
I don't know. He got to another Final Four. Because he's got 4 Fours, maybe. I don't know. Yeah,
he's probably.
But in recent memory, I think he's only got the Carmelo, but he does have some Final Fours. I mean,
is Carmelo going to be effective on the Lakers?
Yeah. Oh, listen.
you like them getting the band together?
Hey, yeah. The Lakers can do some damage.
You want Dwayne Wade on that team?
No. I'm done with Dwayne Wade. But
I don't want Gabby in that room. I don't want her near. I don't want her near NBA.
No, yeah. This is
no. I don't want her anywhere.
Keith Smart. That's what it was. I said Calvert Chaney. That's right. Keith Smart beat Syracuse, so they were in the title game that year. Okay, yeah. So the Lakers. I love what they're doing. If nothing else, it's showtime. I mean, it's TV.
Texas says we busted Fair and Sutherland in the Garden.
Yeah, we did. They bust us for 30 minutes, and then we bust them for 10, 15 or whatever it was.
Just turned it on, got it going.
It's a smart shot. Beat Derek Coleman's team.
Yep, Derek Coleman. Yep.
Yeah. So I guess they've always had some good. And they're all. I mean, Syracuse always ends up in a Final Four and Elite Eight. You're like, where?
They're
how did
always
they get
dangerous
here?
late.
Yeah, it's like, where were they?
Because they run their system, man. They run their system. They're better at their system than you are. You play. It's like triple option. You play against that once or twice a year.
Well, everybody had Louisville in 2013. Everybody was like, hey, it's Louisville and Indiana. That's gonna be a championship game. Boom, boom, mark it down. Syracuse beat up on Indiana in the Sweet 16. Ended up in the Final Four. I did not. I was rooting for Michigan so hard.
Michigan against who? Against Syracuse. Yeah.
In the Final Four, I did not want to play Syracuse. But, I mean, it would have been very poetic because it was the last Big East championship, and then they would have made it to the three times we played Syracuse that year, all three games were epic. So I was like, I just did not want to play them a fourth time, man. I'm like, because they beat us, then we beat them twice. And I was like, they got us this time. Even though Michigan was like uber talented, I was like, we'll beat that Michigan team.
Are you a believer in the third? It's hard to beat a team three times.
Well, no, but Michigan, I knew what kind of pressure we put on teams. And I was like, Michigan, they've
never seen it before. Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas Syracuse is ready for it. Syracuse had Michael Carter Williams, James Sutherland, CJ Fair. They were like, we've played Brandon Trish. I think.
They would have been comfortable.
Yeah. They were like, no, we can do this. Michigan, I think it was like when it was different when you rolled that ball out there and Russ and Peyton and those guys were in you like that. It was like you finally get around them and there's Gorgie,
you saw it on video.
Yeah. It's like, I don't think they're ready. I would rather play a team that is seeing that for the first time on Monday night's championship game. And it was like, so I was pulling hard for Michigan. Dude.
What's okay? Let's bring it in. Reel it back in. 8150 93.9. 3831 93.9. And the YouTube channel is made for the Ville. And we always bounce this question around, but we're talking about styles and we're talking about, just different. Okay. Late season Louisville Cardinals. What's going to be our big gun? What is going to be our big part of our game? That's the big weapon. What are we going to overwhelm people with? What's going to be our elite skill?
That's a great question.
What say you, Brian? Just at first glance, what do you think? And again, it's open for prognostication and projections. Like I said, I know we don't have a lot of data to go with. We don't have a lot of footage or anything like that. But what just like I said, just to what you feel, just the kind of the little vibe listening to the coaches. What do you think our big weapon is?
I'm gonna say I think we actually are going to be a good shooting team. Like, you pick up guys like Mason Faulkner, you pick up Jared West, you pick up Noah Locke, Matt Cross. All of those guys are considered above average shooters. Then you add them to the team where you got now a Jalen Withers playing the 4. He's playing more on the perimeter. I think he's going to be, in the mid to upper 30s as far as 3-point percent. Sam's always in that range. L. Ellis is probably going to be decent at that. I think, and then Malik is a floor spacing big too. So I think for the first time in a while, I can say that we actually have a really good shooting team.
You know what I hate about what just happened?
Yeah.
Brian made a great case of having a great shooting team.
Yeah.
We are never, ever, 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 ever going to be able to tout great shooting. I had Ryan McMahon, Jordan Nwora,
I know,
Stephen Enoch, Malik Williams, and Dwayne Sutton shooting at a high clip.
Yeah.
So I'll never be able to compare. I don't even know what good shooting teams look like anymore in comparison.
Right.
You know what that feels like? I'm not good at. Okay, I knew Derrick Rose was gonna suffer from injuries.
Yeah.
I guys my size, I can see which ones are putting a lot of pressure on their joints.
Yeah.
By the way they play. Derrick, I knew Dwayne Wade could hold up.
Yeah.
Because the way he falls where it doesn't take a lot of impact. He knows when to flop without hurting himself a lot.
I agree.
Now fingers and wrist, you can't help that. You know, if you're out because of that stuff. But I can just tell two guards who can survive and who can't. You know what I'm saying? I could tell Russell Westbrook is wound up so tight that's what keeps him healthy.
Sure. Sure.
He does everything. It's like the wild dude that hurts everybody else and doesn't hurt himself because he goes at that speed. So anyway. This is some guys I just miss on, some like it's just the Chris Paul and the Alonzo. I miss on that,
Absolutely.
Because it's kind of a different style game. I just miss on it. Shooting. I can't get them out of my head.
Yeah.
I can't get Jordan and Ryan and Malik and Steve out of my shooting head.
Yeah, because it's about as good as you're going to get. I understand that. That's why I think
But Jordan did take a lot of bad shots.
Yeah, they were different shooters. They were volume shooters too. You can argue that. Whereas this
maybe this team is it's not much of a volume.
Doesn't have volume shooter
so maybe you get some possessions back that you wouldn't have got by them taking good shots.
So Texter says something, and I think I may side with this a little bit too. Let's put your money where your mouth is and say pace. Are we going to be a team that is as deep as we are?
You think Coach Mack is ready to open it? That's a fundamental. Coach Mack drags you into the mud and beats you up.
Yeah.
What was it? Zip them up? Zip them up to.
But you still may do that defensively. We don't know what they're going to be defensively. There's been no conversation about what Louisville's going to do defensively. At all. We talk some about offense, but is it changed? Are we going to change? Maybe we're not. But what if
he will not fundamentally? I'm not saying this as true. I'm working it out in my brain right now. No way he could stomach a gamble and guys being out of position going for a steal.
Well, no, and he may not. He may not change much,
but he might not need to with the up tempo.
But what if he says? What if
just that transition from missed shot to fast break?
Well, what if Louisville's calling card ends up being
defense to offense?
Yeah, where it's like, no, you're going to have to. Louisville's deep as all get out. You're going to have to defend for 40 minutes, and you're going to have
because they're out.
And it's going to have to be quick
every time the ball goes in. They're out.
Yeah.
With a structure.
Yeah, look, ball goes in, first man to the ball, don't let it touch the floor, get it, go.
So also you think offense or defense to offense may be just like, hey folks, get ready for this Louisville team. They go from defense to offense quicker than
they've got Deers. They've got Jalen and JJ. They've got guys bigger than your centers just running. Can you imagine Sidney Curry just full speed down the middle of the floor? You're like, oh my God, my big man can't get to half court that quick. It's like you're just gonna have big dudes just running. Get the ball out, go. Give up a bucket. That's fine.
Are we gonna be a transition 3-point shooting team?
Yeah. From what? Well,
it seems like it.
From what I've heard, air quotes, they're not afraid to just, hey,
you
somebody
get a
steals
good
an
look.
inbound pass, catch it, kick it out, Noah lock, 3, bang. Let's go. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be afraid to pull up because it doesn't matter. If I'm Noah Locke on a fast break, if I pull up in front of everybody and shoot, I know I've got 3 animals coming full speed about to pass me. So by the time that ball gets from my hand to the rim, if it misses, JJ's going to follow it up. Jalen's going to follow it up. Malik.
Offensive rebound.
Malik's probably the least of them.
Offensive rebound. We turned the corner when we started going.
Yeah, you're going to have to give somewhere, though. I don't
That's
know
what
where
I'm
that's
asking.
going to end
Yeah.
up being, though. Is it going to be offensive rebounding? I don't know. It might.
Under hours, I was supposed to always go run across the middle to the free throw line on a shot going up.
Yeah.
That was always my lane. Right?
Yeah.
2 go to the basket. 1 guy goes to the free throw, protector.
If you want to play fast, so you're going to have to drop 2 probably.
Drop 2 back.
Yeah. And that's probably going to be
Jared and
or it's going to be just back 2. I don't know.
Back 2 and get back.
Yeah. I that's what I say. That's where fundamentally things might be different. And he may not. I don't know. He may not. But I think to change a style that much, you're going to have to give somewhere. So something that was a staple before may not be now because
maybe just not having the pick and roll. You already have guys in open space. Okay, you know how to pick and roll had guys in the corner a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe with our movement, you won't have a guy buried in the corner.
I do agree with Texter. It says in order to be a North Carolina transition team, I like that comparison because that's kind of what I think we're going for.
Mm-hmm. Like an organized release.
It said you need to be an extremely efficient rebounding team. So I agree with that. So,
are they saying defensive rebounding?
Well, maybe just in general, maybe following up. So, but if you're going to do that, I think you're going to give a little bit. But if you're going to pack line it, maybe you are just going to give up threes. I hate to say give up threes.
Yeah.
You're not giving up threes.
You're forcing contested threes.
Yeah, but maybe you are just going to play that game. So,
okay, what would agitate you the most to see?
Well, it's just going to be a
sloppy
simple
passing.
Yeah, just if we just
bad passing,
outlet, boom,
it gets
hits
stolen.
my guard, and then the guard immediately throws it up the court straight to somebody. It's like you didn't see him in the middle, we got to have guards with some vision if we're going to run this way. I can't keep seeing from half court. Now I don't mind it one every once in a while if you're trying, but the Darius Perry, he's gonna bounce pass it from 3/4 court. It's not gonna get there,
Okay, passing up the wing, Jalen Withers Euro stepping to get a quick bucket.
Well, I think that's the motion you're going to see more. I think you're going to see Louisville do
outlet and up
the side, then work to the middle. I don't think you're going to see a lot of
point guard getting the ball going to the middle.
Yeah, unless it is oop.
Yeah,
unless it's outlet, point guard, half court, throw it opposite at the rim. That's my opinion. I don't think you're going to see a lot of passing across the,
I'll tell you what, we'll take our last commercial break. Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville.
Hey, Cards fans. Zach here with Great Flood Brewing Company. We are so excited to have reopened bar seating at both locations. Stop by and enjoy a Great Flood brewed beer at our Highlands tap room or sit down at our reconfigured bar in Middletown for a burger, pizza, cocktail, or beer. We're thankful to have weathered the past year with you all. We love cheering on the Cards with you and are incredibly appreciative of your continued business. Go Cards.
Hey everybody, Steve Rummage here, and if you have listened to 93.9 The Ville over the last few months, you know I've reminded you of 3 simple words: Call Josh Jarbo. Josh is a licensed realtor and owner of REMAX Alliance, and with the spring market heating up, he wants to make your home buying or selling process as efficient as possible by offering a guaranteed sale program and instant offers on commercial listings. And if that wasn't enough, up to $5,000 seller credit by mentioning you heard it right here. So don't wait any longer and contact Josh Jarbo at 502-216-7590 or joshjarbo@remax.net.
Ready to make something great? At GE Appliances, we do it every day, building appliances people depend on. GE Appliance Park is hiring full-time for all shifts. Join our manufacturing production team and be part over 100 years of American manufacturing. Apply today at makeitatthepark.com. Make a difference? Make it at GE Appliance Park. Makeitatthepark.com.
Miss anything for your favorite shows? Head over to the GE Appliances Podcast Center on ESPNLouisville.com. Apply today at makeitatthepark.com.
If you're going to ask her to spend the rest of her life with you, shouldn't you give her a diamond worthy of your journey together?
No one works harder selecting diamonds from the finest cutters around the world than my dad.
Thanks, Ashley. Well, I love finding those rare diamonds of exceptional brilliance and value in every size, shape, and price range for every couple.
And quality diamonds have been at the heart of Davis Jewelers for over 90 years now.
Today, we're Louisville's largest fine jeweler.
With 3 to 4 times the selection of diamonds, engagement rings, and wedding bands you'll find in average stores.
Where you get a lifetime quality guarantee.
A lifetime diamond upgrade guarantee.
And a 30-day money-back price and total satisfaction guarantee.
And no regrets.
Give her a diamond worthy of her.
Because love, it's what we do.
Davis Jewelers, Louisville's largest fine jeweler. From anywhere in Kentuckiana, we're at Forest Green Boulevard, just off North Hurstbourne Parkway, and at davisjewelers.com.
Brian Ownby with a chance to pick out a goal, and he scores! Brian Ownby, the left-footed drill! Jeff Greer Lou City is back in action Saturday as the boys in purple return to Lynn Family Stadium to take on Sporting KC2. Join Casey Whitfield and me starting at 7:15 for pregame coverage, followed by the game broadcast at 7:30, and it's all right here on ESPN 680, 105.7, 93.9 The Ville, and the ESPN Louisville app.
U of L Health's medical expertise, known around the world, is now in your community and more accessible than ever before. The power of you is now at more hospitals, more medical centers, and more physician practices, along with Brown Cancer Center and Fraser Rehab, all dedicated to making the impossible possible. That's the power of you. To learn more, visit uoflhealth.org.
The best patio in our area is at Union Restaurant and Game Yard just across the walking bridge in Jeffersonville, Indiana. Union Restaurant and Game Yard is 4 seasons of food, drink, fun, and games for kids and adults, featuring fire pits, 4 separate bar areas, all types of innovative games to go along with a creative food and drink menu. Come on out to Union Restaurant and Game Yard just across the walking bridge in Jeffersonville, Indiana today.
Have you been in a car wreck? Insurance companies can be really tough to deal with on your own. I'm Sam Aguiar, and our team is here to help. We have been fortunate enough to represent thousands of people from Kentucky communities, and we would love to speak with you about your potential case. Our team loves what we do. The consultation for you is free, and we don't charge you anything unless we win the case for you. So come be a part of our team. Our phone number is easy, 502-888-8888. 502-888-8888.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
Apparently there's some because that's kind of where my mind went too. You see yesterday.
I'm listening.
Yesterday, it kind of comes out just out of nowhere. It's like, oh yeah, practice starts Sunday and it's going to be open. It's like, wait a minute, we haven't done the open thing. Like, so we can just go on Sunday and watch my football team? So I could go to Four Pegs, get my wrestling brunch, and come back and watch my football team?
Actually, you would go there first because it's at 9 o'clock, right? Sunday, 9 a.m.
Open practice?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I would go there, and then, yeah, I'm like, so I can just
have
go
a
check out
Four
the
Pegs
team,
brunch.
and then go have some, like, that's incredible. But I'm kind of with Brian. I'm like, why now? And I'm glad. I'm not questioning.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying, Steve?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
But I mean, I'm sorry. Like, why now? Like, why are we?
I'm gonna tell you what just freaked me out about what you said, Steve.
Okay.
I hate that, Brian. What Steve just did. Look, girl, you complain about me not doing this for you, not doing that for you, not doing this. I do it for you, and you say, "Why you decided to do it now?" Why are you asking why now? Why don't you just enjoy it, appreciate it, and just say, because it's the right thing to do, and I realize that this is what I should have been doing all along. Here's your flowers. No, I didn't do anything. You said you like spontaneous gifts. Here's your flowers. But now, so what'd you do? What you did is you
yeah. I know, but I'm still like, I'm curious about it.
It's
I'm
like the skeptical dog, you know.
I'm gonna go.
You know the meme with the dog that's kind of scowling, like, you know,
Yeah.
it's like, why?
Now, is it only one, or is there multiple open days? Like, I'm curious.
Steve, who cares?
Well, because I know whether I need to get out there Sunday morning. I care.
Yes,
yeah.
Steve.
Like,
yes.
But if I can go all week,
everybody who
then I'll
whined
go.
about an open practice and a spring game, you need to be on there Sunday and then find out on Sunday if there's going to happen again. Maybe it's so live on Sunday that they say, you know what, we learned a lot about our players. You know, some of them can respond to the crowd, some of them don't know how to handle the crowd. So
that's just something I need to know.
That's what, and you go by going, or you find out by Sunday. Go there on Sunday. Don't worry about, well, you gonna do it again? Are you gonna do it again? No, just go there Sunday morning, 9 a.m.
Well, are you going?
Try and stop me, Steve.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Look, as long as I can wake up from Saturday night.
I know. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, no, because I'm really gonna. Somebody said it's the only practice. Okay, well then I'm there.
Well,
I'm there Sunday morning. I just got plans.
I feel like I owe an explanation to the break in the middle of the show, Steve.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you feel like I owe an explanation?
No, but I mean, I'll take one. I mean, I was curious, but I wasn't going to ask.
What would make me
leave Jalen? Yeah. I just assumed it was Jalen. That was it. I would have too. My son's in the league. He calls me right in the middle of my show. Yeah, I don't care if I'm the only one on here. I'm like, y'all, I'm out.
Yeah, y'all gonna have to go to play some music or something.
Yeah.
So yes, Steve, Jalen Coffey, who's also recovering from COVID.
Yeah, fair enough.
He doesn't have the disposition that most people would think the recovering COVID person has.
Fair enough.
Let's just leave it at that. So, okay, of course. So, my son, COVID, in the middle of the show, calls me. Dad, what you doing?
Hey, Dad, can I get some of the hand sanitizer you were talking about?
I say, oh, I'm in the middle of the show, son. What's going on?
Yeah.
He says, Dad, did you see that Jadakiss versus Did you see that, JD? Listen, he didn't tell me. Oh, my bad. Go back to the show. He was like, "Oh, for real."
Yeah.
So did you see that Jadakiss versus Dipset versus last night? I said, no, son, I absolutely did not. This is something I need to look into. He said, "Oh, Dad, I'm gonna send you the link. You check it out as soon as you finish your show." I'm like, is that it? So that's why I had to. He doesn't care, Jesse. He doesn't care at all.
He's like, "Dad, I made it to the league. Why are you doing radio?" I'm in the NFL. You can literally call me and I will help you with anything you need. Go, like, come on.
No, son, I love my job.
I know.
People need me here. Listen, what is it? I heard the saying the other day. The deepest pothole needs the most.
Yeah,
needs the most fill. And my Louisville fan base, they had some deep potholes.
We've had some potholes.
Right, son. You're enjoying yourself. You enjoy your protocol, your COVID protocol. Enjoy.
Well, yeah,
whatever you want to call it.
Whatever you want to call it. Yeah,
yeah. But he sounds like he's enjoying Jadakiss and Dipset versus why he's on quarantine.
He is he's allowed to work out, right? He's still getting his workouts in the isolated gym or whatever.
In the isolated field.
Yeah.
Go way down the field.
These guys are getting it in.
Just work out down there. Yeah. Don't ever come around here.
Hey, Jalen.
Okay, time's up.
Yeah. Jalen and 4 others.
Just clean it out.
Speaking of children, I'm kind of surprised it's 11:45 and nobody's gotten that kid out of Andy's office yet.
Listen,
you didn't see the kid sitting back in Andy's office?
I did not.
It's like a 10-year-old.
No, I did not.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you notice the small child back in?
I haven't been back there.
Andy's office.
Yeah, I didn't go past the
so
bathroom.
nobody's noticed that.
No,
because I've wondered where Andy's been.
He just walked by. I saw Andy.
So he's here.
Yeah, Andy just walked in.
I did see somebody sitting in Andy's chair that looked like.
Okay, so Andy's here. Well, then somebody's going to have to ask him who's the kid that's been sitting in his office. Like I've got to know. Like now it's bugging me. Now I'm like,
Andy's back there being what's the age backwards, dude?
Yeah. Now I'm like, who's the child? Who is the child that's been in Andy's office?
Babyface Andy.
Yeah, I'm like, it was like I went back there.
Steve, don't do that.
What?
You know that's Andy. You know that's just clean shaven Andy. Andy, post a picture. Post a picture of yourself, Andy. Post a picture.
Good shaving.
Post a picture bearded and post a picture shaven. It's just you got to just let everybody see you.
I walked back there and I'm like,
because what Steve is saying is funny, Andy, and you know it.
He walked in earlier. So what's up? I was like, hey, what's up, man? And then I took a few steps and I was like,
he said, where's your dad at?
I was like, wait,
Andy had
wait
kids.
a minute. Hey, who was that? Okay, so USA's up 9.
I was gonna say,
well, no, the country. We're up 79-70 on China. Let's go,
Steve. There is no winning the Olympics.
Yes, you can't win the Olympics. That's why they do a medal count.
I've grown up thinking about winning the Olympics.
Busting everybody.
Texter says he's right. Wait a minute. Right. He doesn't mean skip the first 50 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah,
it's awesome. Just skip the first, 90% of it. Then
wait. 50?
Can't believe we're letting China get us on golds though. That's kind of crappy.
How is that happening?
I don't know. Yeah, we got to take care of that. But we're winning every other medal count. We're winning silver, bronze, and overall. So, and overall is what matters. So we're gonna take this one home. That's gonna be awesome.
Man, how long was it?
Brian, let me ask you a question I know Maven was going to ask. Men's basketball team.
That's what I was going to ask.
If they turn this thing around and win gold, do you think people kind of give them a pass? Like early struggles? Because right now there's kind of a negative. Like I was surprised. I saw they won the game the other day and I'm like, oh, cool. What are they in pool play? And they're like, no, they're in the semifinals now. I was like, really?
I think winning gold would kind of cure all. It's kind of one of those things where recency bias. People are still going to be like, well, this team kind of struggled a little bit getting off the start, but once they finally win gold, if you ask people in a year, they'll completely forget that they lost the exhibition.
We're just another gold medal winning. Like they just went over there joking around and coming off COVID and just.
Yeah, they'll give them a pass.
Yeah, that's where I wonder. I think they will too. Since we're moving around here a little bit, Javian Hawkins been raising some eyebrows.
I'm listening.
In Atlanta.
What are they saying about Javian Hawkins?
Well, I was looking at something that come out today from
where's Kelly Dickey been at, man?
I don't know.
I mean, little things usually come out like from Kelly, and I haven't heard from him in a while.
It says running back Javian Hawkins making plays today, 2 long runs on 11 on 11. He's elusive and fast, and they say like he's really competing for that 2 spot. Like he's right in it. I was like, okay, Javian, like go on with your best stuff. I think Tutu is out with injury or sickness.
Tutu's out.
It might be COVID. He's out with something. So
I think Stafford's out too, maybe.
Yeah, he is. So yeah, it's kind of like
Javian.
Yeah, but Javian seems to be like
I would like
making
to
some
see
noise.
Javian on the Atlanta Falcons
Did
football
you see
field.
the picture? Hassan Hall is from down in that area. So Hassan Hall went to Falcons camp to watch him, right? They took a picture together, and I'm like, Hall's so much bigger than him.
I know.
I turned Hall into this little guy.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
no, but you remember we saw one picture this summer where we was kind of like
they were working out in the sand.
Yeah, we were like, hold on, like who is that? But you know what? He saw how Javian Hawkins worked last summer.
Yeah,
and that must have like kind of got him. And he was banged up.
Yeah,
like we forget. Satterfield talked about like now he's fully healthy. Maybe that's why he was falling a lot. You remember how Hassan Hall at full speed just looked like he was always falling over his feet?
Yeah, he did. It was like
like he's always falling forward.
Yeah. But I saw that. It was cool that he went and watched him, kind of supported him, but then they took a picture and stuff, and I was like, okay, I get it. But yeah, I mean, Javian Hawkins doing his thing down there, man. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of was like, I don't know if he's gonna make it.
Mhm.
It was like, I mean, I know he had the potential because I mean he was a strong runner.
I felt somewhere else, maybe not, but Ledford, it's the Rick Pitino rule. Javian, you're going to have every opportunity because he's going to look at Ledford's going to look at his offensive line and say, no, he knows exactly where the holes are.
Yeah.
I've been coaching him for 2 years.
Oh yeah,
y'all are screwing up. If he gets touched before he gets his opening, it's y'all fault. I know he knows.
Absolutely.
So yeah, Javian, like you're in a position where you have all the opportunity, like more than anybody else.
Yeah. Texter says Dez too. Dez is making some waves down there, man. And Dez has a little bit higher, bigger of a depth chart ahead